I finished Here and Now by Corinne performed in duet by Angelina, Rocca and Clarke. So this is the second book in the Ember Falls series. If you haven't done the first one, definitely go and do it. I love this series, I love this book. So you have a friendship group in here, a male friendship group who are on a Frisbee team. Like, I'm like, is this a sports romance? Like, what are we calling it? And I think it gives that moment of levity to a book that does contain some deeper subjects. So we have our two main characters, and she is a single mom on the run. He is, well, I mean, he's everything, just saying. Former Marine, college hockey player, now principal of the high school, cancels his holiday to go and coach a kids hockey team because his brother-in-law is injured. Like, he literally is the hero that every person deserves. Like, he goes and buys an iced coffee every day, even though he hates coffee, because she made it for him and he saw she was happy, that he enjoyed it, and so he keeps going. And if that isn't just swoon worthy, he, you know, she's very reluctant to date because of her past, because she might have to drop everything and just go. And he's like, come on, let's do accidental dates. We'll just be at the same place at the same time. And, you know. And when they eventually start dating, he's like, we've always been dating. You've just caught up with the program. And how, you know, for her, that, you know, fear, that constant fear of being on edge, of not doing what she wants to do with her life because of this fear of people coming for her, not letting people in because she doesn't want to disappear at the drop of the hat. But seeing her open up, seeing her son connect with someone was just so sweet and heartwarming, and we really see her grow as she makes these connections, and we get to see who she really is outside of that fear. And there is a thing with her brother and his team. I'm going to assume, and this is an assumption, it could be wrong, you know what they say about assuming, that there may be a book or a series about her brother. And if there isn't, then there should be. Just saying. But I haven't done enough research into who these other characters are. But they are like former military, Navy SEALs. They are keeping her safe and moving her around when they need to. And the fact that when why does this always happen? The fact that when Miles, yes, meets Quinn, the brother, straight away he's like, yeah, you're not who you say you are. Like, I get it, it's fine, I'm gonna keep her safe anyway, she's mine. And when things happen, he tracks him down. It's like these super awesome SEALs that are, you know, been hiding her for 6 years. it takes him like a day to find out where he is. And turns up and they're like, no one by here is by that name, and he's like, let me in. I just love that. And then they realise what's happened and they end up working together, and it's like that sort of nod to each other of, yeah, you're the person, right, you know what you're doing, you're going to keep my sister safe. And through all of that, we also get some really emotional performances from Angelina Rocca. Now, I was fine, you know me, I was fine until these moments were happening and having to, you know, in your mind, be in that mindset of like, my child just needs to be safe. I don't care. Even if I'm not here, my child has to be safe. And those were such, and I think they're going to be emotional for anybody, but I think as a parent, especially a single parent, it just hits different. And those were really emotional, and how they were performed were emotional. And yeah, it was I thought I was doing well. Angelina was fantastic. The only thing I will say is that occasionally it was a little bit distracting with the Canadian pronunciation of a couple of words when the character obviously is not Canadian. And I think it's one of those things where ordinarily it might just be something that's like a couple of times, but it's like a word or words that I was like, why are they using this word again? But that is the only thing. Everything else, the emotion was there, really, really engaging, and made this character not only performing that vulnerability that she has, but also the trying to move on, the trying to be lighthearted, trying to have fun, and I think that just came across so well. Jason Clarke as Miles was a great choice, just because of the different things that Miles does. You know, he's the nice, fun, flirty guy. He's also kind of the badass that's, you know, don't take my girl, or my family. His kid voice for Kai was so fun, and every time it came out I just laughed because it was just so funny. And together I thought they matched really well. The duet was done really well. Yeah, it was a really good listen, and you should definitely check it out.